Hello friend, this is Poonam Vendare, Assistant Professor of Department of Information Technology of Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patil College of Engineering and Technology, Nagpur. Today, in this lecture, we have seen the protocol stacks in wireless sensor network. So, the protocol stacks means the algorithm developed for wireless ad hoc networks cannot be used for the sensor networks for several reasons. One is that the number of sensor node is typically much more than in a typical ad hoc networks and sensor nodes. That means unlike ad hoc nodes are prone to permanent failure. That means in addition, sensor nodes normally use broadcast network rather than point-to-point communication with its limited power and memory. So unlike computer network, sensor nodes do not have a global ID since a typical packet overhead can be too large for them. So the figure is shown in this architecture. That means there are the 5 layers we are used in the protocol stacks. Figure shows protocol architecture for sensor network. The protocol stack combines power efficiency and least cost path routing. This protocol architecture integrates networking protocols and power through the wireless medium and promotes cooperative efforts for sensor nodes. The protocol stacks consist of the physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, and the application layer. And it can be and at the back end by a power management plan, mobility management plan, and task management plan. The physical layer is responsible for that means there are the 5 layers we are used. The physical layer is responsible for the signal transmission and reception over a physical communication medium, including frequency generation, signal modulation, transmission and reception, data encryption, and so on. So the physical layer is the bottom layer, and that means it is used to communicate with the medium. For this purpose, it must deal with various related issues. For example, transmission medium and frequency selection, carrier frequency generation, signal modulation and detection, and data encryption. In addition, it must also deal with the design of underlying hardware and various electrical and mechanical interfaces. This is the physical layer. Second is the data link layer. The data link layer is responsible for data stream multiplexing, data frame creation and detection, medium access and error control in order to provide reliable point-to-point and point-to-multipoint transmission. Data link layer is the second layer in the protocol stack. One of the most important functions of the data link layer is medium access control, that is the MAC layer. The primary object of MAC is to fairly and efficiently share the shared communication. In data link layer there are the 2 protocols. First is the MAC and second is the logical link control, that is the LLC. The shared communication resources or medium among multiple sensor nodes in order to achieve good network performance in terms of energy consumption, network throughputs, and delivery latency. So data link layer, it creates and it gets the data from the physical layer, then it checks the data by using the MAC protocol, and after that it converts the data in the frame. So third is the network layer. So the network layer is responsible for routing the data sensed by source sensor nodes to the data sink. In a sensor network, sensor nodes are deployed in a sensing region to observe a phenomenon of interest. The observed phenomenon of data needs to be transmitted to the data sink. In general, a source node can transmit the sensed data to the sink either directly via a single hop, long-range wireless communication, via multiple via multiple data communications or the via multiple data source. In contrast, multi-hop short-range communication cannot only significantly reduce the energy consumption of the sensor nodes. In sensor network, in case to send the sensed data to the sink, a source node must employ a routing protocol to select an energy efficient multi-hop path from the node itself to the sink. Network layer is responsible for the routing and it creates the table, that means to store the data in the form of table. Sensor nodes doesn't have the unique ID. So network layer, it is the responsible for routing of the data. So this is all about the network layer. Next is the transport layer. The transport layer is responsible for reliable data delivery required by the application layer. So in general, the transport layer is responsible for reliable end-to-end data delivery between sensor nodes and the sinks. Due to energy, computation and storage constraints of sensor nodes, traditional transport protocols cannot be applied directly to the sensor networks without modification. For example, the conventional end-to-end retransmission based error control and the window based conjunction control mechanism used in the transport control protocol cannot be used for sensor networks directly because they are not efficient in resource utilization. Next is the application layer. So the application layer contains the variety of applications layer protocol to generate various sensor network application. The application layer includes a variety of applications such as query dissemination, node localization, time synchronization and network security. For example, the sensor management protocol is an application layer management protocol that provides software operations to perform a variety of tasks. For example, exchanging location related data, synchronizing sensor nodes, moving sensor nodes, scheduling sensor nodes and querying the status of the sensor nodes. Application layer use the various types of protocols and various types of functions to select the data. Next is the group of management. In the backend, we have used the three management protocols. That means the protocol stack can be divided into a group of management planes across each layer, including power, connection and task management plant. The power management plant is responsible for managing the power level of a sensor node for sensing, processing and transmission and reception, which can be implemented by employing efficient power management mechanism at different protocol layers. For example, at the MAC layer, the sensor node can turn off its transceiver where there is no data to transmit and receive. At the network layer, a sensor node may select a neighbor node with the most residual energy as its next hop to the sink. The connection management plan is responsible for the configuration and reconfiguration of sensor nodes to establish and maintain the connectivity of a network. In case of node deployment and topology, it changes due to the node addition, node failure and node movement and so on. The task management plan is responsible for task distribution among sensor nodes in a sensing region in order to improve energy efficiency and prolong network lifetime. Since sensor nodes are usually densely deployed in a sensing region and are redundant for performing a sensing task, not all sensor nodes in the sensing region are required to perform the same sensing task. Therefore, a task management mechanism can be used to perform task distribution among multiple sensors. So at the back end of the plane, we have used the three plane, power management, mobility management and task management, and there are the different functions to manage the plant. So this is all about the protocol stacks in wireless sensor networks. So thank you to all of you.